The wind dies as suddenly as it rose. The street falls silent, soaked in darkness. For a long moment, nothing moves. Then, slowly, the light above flickers back to life, weak, trembling, unsure. The road is empty. No reflection. No shadow. Only the faint ring of ripples fading across a single puddle in the center of the street. The girl stands there, breath unsteady, staring down at her trembling hands. They're wet, cold, but she no longer feels the chill. The world seems quieter now, too quiet, as if even the night is holding its distance. She looks at her reflection in the puddle. It stares back, calm, still ordinary. Only her. And yet, for an instant, the corners of its lips twitch upward, almost into a smile. Her chest tightens. Then the image smooths, perfectly still once more. A faint sound breaks the silence, a single drop of water falling from nowhere, landing beside her foot. She turns. The street behind her stretches empty, fading into mist. No figures. No movement. Only the faint hum of distant lights. She takes a slow step forward. Her reflection moves with her, perfectly in sync. She breathes again, deeper this time. And as she walks away, the puddle behind her ripples one last time. When it settles, two sets of footsteps lead off into the dark. A beautiful girl is walking alone. The night air is cool, brushing softly against her skin. Streetlights flicker, casting long shadows across the empty road. Her footsteps echo faintly, a lonely rhythm in the silence. Leaves rustle as the wind stirs the trees beside her. The sound of distant traffic fades behind her, swallowed by the quiet. She glances at her reflection in a darkened shop window, a blur of light and motion. Then she sees them. Two men, walking slowly from the corner ahead. Their figures move in sync, dark shapes against the pale glow of the lamps. Her breath catches, a quick pulse of unease in her chest. She tells herself it is nothing, only strangers passing by. Yet something in their pace feels deliberate, too slow, too aware. The closer they come, the heavier the air grows. She smells the faint scent of smoke and leather as they near. Her fingers tighten around the strap of her bag. A bead of sweat slips down her temple, despite the chill. One of the men tilts his head slightly, eyes catching the light. A grin spreads across his face, small but sharp. The other murmurs something she cannot hear. Her heartbeat quickens, loud enough she almost mistakes it for footsteps. The space between them closes. The street feels narrower, the light dimmer. The men stop just a few feet away. The taller one steps forward, voice low and calm. He says her name. She freezes. Her name hangs in the air, heavy and wrong. She has never seen them before. Her mind races, searching for a face, a memory, a reason. The second man reaches into his coat, slow and silent. Something glints faintly in his hand as he pulls it free. The girl takes a step back, her shoes scraping against the pavement. The sound breaks the silence, like glass. The taller man smiles wider. She smells something strange now, iron, faint and metallic. Her throat feels dry. The street behind her stretches into darkness. And as she opens her mouth to speak, a new sound drifts from behind her. Soft, careful footsteps approaching fast. You said. She turns sharply. The footsteps stop. A shadow shifts at the edge of the lamplight. Someone else is there, standing just beyond the glow. For a heartbeat, no one moves. The air hums with a quiet tension, like the moment before a storm. Her pulse pounds in her ears, drowning out every other sound. The two men glance past her, eyes narrowing. Their confidence flickers. The figure in the dark steps forward. Boots scrape against the gravel. A faint metallic clink follows with each step. The girl's breath trembles in her throat. She cannot tell if this new presence means safety or danger. The stranger stops under the light. A hood covers most of the face, but the chin and mouth are visible, calm, expressionless. The taller man mutters something sharp, his voice no longer steady. The hooded stranger does not respond, only lifts one hand slowly, palm open. The glint of something small flashes between the fingers. The girl sees it, a silver pendant, faintly glowing in the lamplight. Her eyes widen. It is hers. The pendant she lost weeks ago, the one that vanished from her bedroom. Her breath catches. The stranger tilts their head, and the light finally touches their eyes. They are the same color as hers. The same shape. The same small scar beneath the left one. It is like looking into a reflection that breathes. The two men take a step back. The girl cannot move. Her mind reels, her body frozen between fear and disbelief. The stranger whispers her name, softly, perfectly. It sounds exactly like her own voice. Then, in the space of a blink, the streetlight above them flickers once. And goes out. Darkness swallows everything. The girl gasps. Her vision blurs, caught between shadows and the afterimage of light. Somewhere ahead, shoes scrape against the pavement. A rush of movement cuts through the silence. She spins, searching for shapes, for sound, for anything. Her breath fogs the air in short bursts. The smell of smoke and iron grows stronger. A whisper curls through the dark, low, uneven. It sounds like her own voice again, whispering words she cannot understand. Something brushes her arm. Cold fingers quick as a thought. She stumbles back, her heartbeat hammering against her ribs. A faint glow appears near the ground, the pendant, gleaming softly, swinging on its chain. It lands at her feet. She crouches slowly, trembling hand reaching toward it. Then she notices the puddle beneath it, dark and rippling. Not water. Thicker. She steps back fast, breath catching in her throat. From the blackness comes a sharp inhale, someone close, too close. Her name again, but fractured now, like it is being pulled apart. She turns, eyes straining, and sees a shape forming in the dark. Her outline. Her height. Her hair. Moving exactly as she moves. It takes one step forward when she does not. The men are gone. Only the echo of footsteps remains, hers and the others. Then the whisper changes. Not her name this time. A single word, quiet but clear. Come. The glow from the pendant brightens, casting light upward. The reflection in the puddle shifts. Two faces stare back, identical, except one is smiling. Her breath catches in her throat. The smiling reflection tilts its head, eyes glimmering with something cold and knowing. The real her stays perfectly still, afraid to even blink. The air feels thick now, heavy with damp and electricity. The street is utterly silent. No wind, no cars, no sound at all. Only the faint hum of the street lamp struggling to come alive again. The reflection's smile widens, slow and deliberate. It raises a hand, palm open, mirroring her. But she has not moved. Her fingers twitch against her will. It is as if the reflection is guiding her now, not following. Her heart beats faster, each pulse sharp and painful. The puddle ripples again, though there is no breeze. Her reflection steps closer. The surface bends, warping her face into something unfamiliar. Its eyes are brighter now, almost glowing. A whisper echoes through the darkness, soft but everywhere at once. You drop something. Her gaze falls back to the pendant. It is no longer on the ground. It hangs in the air, suspended between them, turning slowly. The chain twists as if pulled by unseen fingers. Her knees weaken. The glow from the pendant begins to pulse, once, twice, matching her heartbeat. Then suddenly it stops. Everything stops. The reflection opens its mouth, as if to speak again. But this time, no sound comes out. Instead, a hand, her hand, emerges from the puddle, wet and glistening, reaching for her wrist. She jerks back, stumbling into the road. The world snaps into motion. The hum of the city returns. A dog barks somewhere distant. But the hand does not disappear. It tightens its grip. And as she tries to scream, her own voice answers her from the dark. The sound freezes her mid-breath. Her voice echoes back, perfect in tone, perfect in fear. It feels like the world folds in on itself for a heartbeat, as if her scream bounces off walls that are no longer real. The hand gripping her wrist is ice cold. It tugs once, gentle but firm, pulling her toward the puddle. She tries to yank free, digging her heels into the wet pavement. The reflection beneath her flickers, rippling like a surface disturbed by wind. Her reflection's eyes open wider, unblinking, filled with light that should not exist. Then the second hand rises. It grips her other arm. Her reflection is pulling itself up, or pulling her down. The streetlight above her buzzes, sputters, then flashes alive for 1 second. In that light, she sees her own face beneath the water. The mouth moves soundlessly, but she understands the word. Stay. She shakes her head, tears streaking her cheeks. The hands tighten. The water is no longer just wet. It feels deep, endless, pulling. Her feet slide forward, as if the ground itself is tilting. She gasps, fighting the invisible current dragging her closer. The sound of her heartbeat fills her ears. Faster. Louder. Then, silence again. The grip releases. The puddle stills. She staggers backward, chest heaving, eyes wide. The reflection remains, smiling faintly, unmoving. And then it blinks. Not in the mirror of water, but on the pavement beside her. She stumbles back, heart hammering against her ribs. The air around her feels wrong, too still, too heavy, as if the night itself is holding its breath. The reflection, no, the other her, stands now just a few steps away. Water drips from her hair, tracing dark lines down her pale face. Her clothes cling to her skin, soaked, glistening under the weak streetlight. Yet the ground beneath her is dry. The girl stares, trembling. Every detail is the same, her eyes, her shape, even the faint scar on her wrist. But the expression is not hers. The other version tilts her head, watching her with quiet curiosity. Her lips move, slow and deliberate. You left me there, she whispers. The voice is identical, but hollow, echoing as if it comes from far below. The girl shakes her head, backing away. I do not understand, she manages, voice breaking. The other steps forward. The sound of her wet shoes on the pavement is soft but unbearable. With every step, the scent of damp earth and something metallic grows stronger. You looked away, the reflection says. You forgot. The streetlight flickers again, dimming until only half her face is lit. The shadow side smiles. The girl's breathing turns shallow. What are you? She whispers. Her double stops, eyes darkening, light fading from the irises. I am what you buried, it says softly. The words fall heavy in the night, sinking into her mind like stones into water. Then the ground beneath her ripples again, not just the puddle, but the whole street, shifting as if it were liquid. Her reflection's feet vanish first, melting into the pavement. The girl steps back, but her own shadow starts to move without her. It stretches, reaching toward the figure, twisting together. She tries to run. Her legs do not obey. The reflection lifts its hand, and her body mirrors it against her will. Their movements merge, perfectly synchronized. A wind rises suddenly, cold and sharp, circling them both. And just before the streetlight goes out again, the other her whispers, "It is your turn." The wind dies as suddenly as it rose. The street falls silent, soaked in darkness. For a long moment, nothing moves. Then, slowly, the light above flickers back to life. Weak, trembling, unsure. The road is empty. No reflection. No shadow. Only the faint ring of ripples fading across a single puddle in the center of the street. The girl stands there, breath unsteady, staring down at her trembling hands. They're wet. Cold. But she no longer feels the chill. The world seems quieter now, too quiet, as if even the night is holding its distance. She looks at her reflection in the puddle. It stares back, calm, still, ordinary. Only her. And yet, for an instant, the corners of its lips twitch upward, almost into a smile. Her chest tightens. Then the image smooths, perfectly still once more. A faint sound breaks the silence, a single drop of water falling from nowhere, landing beside her foot. She turns. The street behind her stretches empty, fading into mist. No figures. No movement. Only the faint hum of distant lights. She takes a slow step forward. Her reflection moves with her, perfectly in sync. She breathes again, deeper this time. And as she walks away, the puddle behind her ripples one last time. When it settles, two sets of footsteps lead off into the dark.